Hello, Roa Mithril here once again. Kaliko's nicely healed up, back to living outside, back to her normal life, so it's time for me to get back to my regular routine as well. It's time to start up the next project. Yes, we're playing Metroid for the NES. This game kinda has a special place in my heart. It's the first game that I ever beat, so I have very fond memories of it. Emergency order. Defeat the Metroid of the planet Zebeth. Zebeth, really? And destroy the Mother Brain, the Mechanical Life Vein. Galaxy Federal Police M510. So, yeah, that was a typo or retconned later or something, but these days it's known as Zebes or Zebes, however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, let's get into this. Time to step into the power suit and the ridiculous shoulder pads of Samus Aran. And we have our first enemy type, the Zoomer. For me, it's kind of the Metar of the Metroid universe. I find them rather adorable. I wouldn't mind having a pet Zoomer. We also have the Morph Ball, or the Maru Mari as it was called at this point, which allows us to tuck into a ball form. It's good for getting through tight areas like that. We also have screes dropping from the ceiling here. So yes, as far as Zoomers are concerned, it was made a little bit confusing by later Metroid games which had an enemy that looked about the same called Geemer. Metroid Prime made it all the more confusing by featuring both enemy types. So back when my family first got the NES and had it set up in the living room, this was one of the first games we actually had for it. And back in the day, I wasn't really sure what to make of it. I was kind of a bit skittish about this game, actually. The opening music is kind of unsettling. But then my uncle started playing it, and I heard the friendlier sounding Brinstar theme here, as well as the item get fanfare. I liked that. I think I had my uncle reset the game a few times and just collect the Maru Mari over and over again just so I could hear it. So here in this corridor we have Rippers. They're invincible. And they love to be right in the way, too. Later on we get the ability to freeze them, though, which makes them fairly useful as platforms. And also it turned them into a bit of a meme, labeling them as that one bug in space what looks like a croissant that you can freeze to get places. It's kind of strange if they don't start you with full energy. No, you have to earn your way there. Going down. How I missed taking a hit there, I'll never know. So most of the enemies here in Brinstar really aren't so bad, with the possible exception of Rio there. This early on, they do a lot of damage. We also have Zeb, but they're more of an annoyance than anything else. So long as one's on screen from a particular pipe, no more can come after you. It also counts if you kill the Zeb and leave the power-up they drop behind. Speaking of power-ups, now we have missiles. Missiles give us a stronger shot type. However, they're also useful as kind of a rudimentary key system of sorts. Oh, and first hits of the run. Blasted everything in the way. So now that I have some missiles under my belt, enemies will start dropping ammo pickups as well as energy. And this is a bit of a difference between this game and later games in the series. In later games, there seemed like there was a bit of a bias built into the pickup system, where enemies would start dropping whatever you really needed. For instance, if your life was full but you were missing missiles, enemies would start dropping ammo at almost an alarming rate. In this game, it seems like it's pretty much a 50-50 split as to what they'll drop, if they decide to drop anything at all. Also notable, while there are life pickups that will give you different amounts of life, they all look the same in this one. In later games, if an energy unit would give you more life power, it would be bigger. So red doors take 5 missiles to open. Once you've opened it once, it never closes again. In later games, I think missile doors would close again, but they'd be blue after that, so you could just hit them once with the normal gun and they'd open. Speaking of the normal gun, we now have the long beam. Not only does it make your shots louder, but it makes them go all the way across the screen. And much like Mega Man, Samus can only have 3 shots on screen at once. Excuse me during this early part if things get a little bit grindy, but I'm going to need to replenish my missiles. And ammo pickups only grant 2 missiles apiece. But we're all full. Wonderful. Okay, so moving on a bit. Time to go get some more goods. We also have waivers, which have always kind of looked like flying ears of corn to me, but hey, who am I to judge? We also have some kind of hazardous liquid down there. Now, whether it's weirdly colored lava or acid, who knows? Either way, you don't really want to be in it. It constantly drains your health, and also messes with your jump physics, making it a bit tricky to get back out. Oh, I didn't even need it. I'm just so programmed to collect them. And now they're being generous with the missiles. I need life! Or maybe not. Time to get an energy tank. Not only does that give you an extra unit of energy up at the top, however, it completely refills you as well. So that's rather nice. Very useful power-up, that. Nice ambush. So, time to get another power-up. And time to have a lawnmower going by. I'm not sure if that's picking up over the mic. 4th of July weekend, one of the few times that the shop is closed and the lawn can be mowed. So now we have bombs. While rolled into ball form, you can drop these little explosives. They're mainly used for getting through secret passages. However, they do also have their uses as a weapon. I really need some missiles, guys. Anybody want to be cooperative? Thank you! Unlike the life energy pickups, I don't think there are large and small ammo pickups, unfortunately. That would make things a lot more convenient. Okay, restocked, and time to go get something else. Sorry for taking your ground there, Zoomer, but that's just funny to show off. So time for one of those secret passages I was talking about. Oh, hi there, enemy ambush. Those particular enemies are called mellows. Basically, they're just kind of cannon fodder that dive bombs you if you get too close. I don't think they ever even drop power-ups. And so we get the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam does make it take a little longer to actually kill off enemies. However, it also freezes them, and while frozen, you can use enemies as platforms. So, highly useful, that. Now note that it does not freeze swarm-type enemies like Mellow. I even stated that it took longer to kill enemies. Did I pay attention to my own warning? No. Getting back out can be a little tricky. I think they pretty much expect you to have a later power-up by now, but you can still get out anyway. Just have to have the right timing.